Hello and welcome to the Life as a Fitness Instructor podcast. My name is Lorna Marie and I'm your host. I'm a fitness presenter, brand creator of Yogascape, fitness instructor and wife and dog mum to little Harvey. Through this podcast, I really want to inspire and share tips and tricks and really be that friend in your headphones or your earbuds that I feel I never really had in the industry until now. So I'm trying to share as much of my passion with you as I possibly can so you can learn from me and everyone else who I interview on this podcast from their years of experience in the industry. If you enjoy this podcast and you get value from it, please do like, subscribe and share on your socials so we can help other people in this incredible industry where we get to change lives, but one that can also be really quite tough at times too. Let's support one another and lift each other up. I hope you enjoy this episode. So a very warm welcome to the podcast, Barry. So me and Barry have just actually done a big fitness festival in Scotland, haven't we? The first ever dance and fitness festival up in Scotland, Fits Up by the amazing Karen. So how are you feeling after that, Barry?
Really, it was amazing, wasn't it? Like, to be invited to go and do the first one ever, it was amazing. Unsure of like how to create your playlist to cater people that you don't know is always a bit challenging. But it was really nice. Like, I took my friends up and we took a nice 6-hour drive from Blackpool up to Aberdeen. The drive was lovely, the venue was gorgeous, and obviously meeting other fitness presenters and people was always incredible. And then obviously we both won, didn't we? So I won Male Instructor UK 2024, which was amazing. Got to meet you, even though I'd seen you at a couple of other things, but got to be able to take your class again and talk to you properly and actually network with people. So it was always amazing. It was amazing. Can't wait for next year.
And a huge congratulations again. You so
Thank
deserved
you.
it. And I loved how you went up to go and get your award, by the way. So for everyone who wasn't there, Barry did like a little dance going up to collect
Little
his
Irish
award.
jig, yeah. Because for some reason, like, it's really bizarre, but you get a little bit shy, even though you can be on stage and you can teach or you can deliver your service or product and everything. When people are in there that don't know you, like, I just always feel a little bit like, oh, swallow me up. So I just have to be stupid. So I started just like doing an Irish jig up to the stage kind of thing, just to break the ice and think I wasn't too serious. But yeah, it was weird.
It
Anyway.
was so good. It was really, really good. I was just really awkward. And then Karen was saying in my ear, you know, when we got our award, she's like, "Oh, hey, Lorna, you're gonna do a speech, aren't you? You're gonna do a speech." And I was like, and she's like, "Yeah, go." So then I just went up like, "Hello, everyone."
I know.
I'd just like to thank all my fans. No, really. I don't even remember what I said. I have no idea.
No, I don't. I think I just kept saying, "You all look amazing. You all look amazing. Have an amazing time." Because I think mine was about the fourth award, and the people who was up before kind of just went on, took their award, shook their hand, had a picture, and walked off. So again, when I was there, she was like, "You are going to speak, aren't you?" And I was like, oh, "Really?" But yeah, anyway, I did.
No, you were great, brilliant, so natural. And I actually did your session when we were there, and you were so good. Your energy that you deliver is amazing, and your ability to make everyone just feel so included and so relaxed. Like me and Sam from Inclusefit, we were just giggling our heads off. We were having the best time ever. Loved it.
Good. Yeah, that's what it's all about, though, isn't it? Like, not being too serious and proving that exercise doesn't have to be a chore. It's all about having fun and being together.
Exactly. No, it really is. So, Barry, apart from being super, super award-winning presenter, can you tell us, our listeners, a little bit about you and what you're doing at the moment? You know, about what is Panache, for example?
Okay, so my name is Barry Kinder, and I have been in the fitness industry since April 2011. So I've been teaching Zumba. Well, I started off with Zumba, and I was known as Barry Zumba. And then I ended up, and it was really really busy. And my classes, it was my full time job. So I'm a trained dancer. Before I trained as a dancer, I was at university doing business and marketing. Before I was at university, I got spotted dancing in a nightclub. So this is how it all started. It was all by chance, it was all by fluke, but it was all meant to be. Um, and so I came back from dancing on cruise ships, and I went to use my degree in business and marketing and was a business development manager, selling websites, completely unhappy. Money was decent. I was hitting my targets. I always had the chat. but mentally I was unhappy because I was like in an office behind a desk working 9 to 5 and not really dancing, not doing what my heart wanted me to do. Like I wasn't happy. Luckily, in the recession, it closed down, so I had this payout, and my chance was do it now or forget about it. So I ended up doing the Zumba course, opening a couple of classes in Blackpool, which got bigger and bigger and bigger. And I always thought, as long as it was a dancer's wage, I'm happy. But what you seem to forget is when you're a dancer on a cruise ship or in America or whatever contracts you get, 9 times out of 10 your accommodation is paid for. You're getting per diems. You're getting also all your money that you get a week is your disposable income. So doing it in England, I was like, well, no, it's not a dancer's wage because you've got rent to pay, you've got your car to pay, you've got your insurances to pay. So literally, luckily for me, the classes just got bigger, busier and busier, and more people wanted classes. So I ended up doing like 14 classes a week. I was known as Barry Zumba, and I was winning awards locally for health and fitness, but up against big, massive gyms like the Devere, JD, like all these big massive gyms that are in Blackpool, and I won 4 years out of 5, and that's when I realised, well, actually, although it was just because I was going to only do it for 6 months and move to Australia because my partner was a nurse, and so we were like, we'll do it for 6 months and we'll just go out of the country, and but from the 6 months, it just it was just amazing. Like I was teaching 300 people a week. I started in the April, and by the September, we created this community that it was just incredible to see what was happening. And they were like, "Oh, we're having a Christmas party," and I was like, "If you want one, like," and I remember having 125 people going for a Christmas party in a hotel that had 300 people in the room, and 125 of us was us, and the other was like small businesses, and we just like in a nice way, but like just overtook like the whole room. Whenever there was a dance on, all my ladies were dancing. They were called the Barry Zumbarettes, and we created this group, and it was amazing. And then we won awards, and then as Zumba died down, it was time I had to do something else to keep the interest, to keep a business going. Obviously, I didn't go to Australia because it was that busy. So then I ended up training in club size, and then I got scouted to teach Sosa. Then I did Pound, and I did Dominique's Booty bands. So it ended up being that I had to rebrand from Barry Zumba to Barry Kinder Fitness. So that happened in started in 2011 as Barry Zumba, then changed later in the year as I was doing other brands, and I although I was winning the awards locally, and then 2019, 17 or 19, I then got nominated for another award for male instructor regionally, and I didn't really know much about the fitness industry because I come from a dance background. So whenever I was teaching my fitness classes, it was always I was choreographing, but still staying in the same steps as what they had taught us. But I was just giving the Barry Zhuzh, Barry Panache, do you know what I mean? And then got to hear about these other awards and was going along to fitness conventions and was like, actually, this is a bit of me. This is actually what I like. Like I'm feeling like I'm back at college because I trained as a dancer at stage school at Phil Winston's, and I was like, oh, I can still dance at 38. Oh, I can still pick up choreography at 39. Oh, at 40, and I'm like, so I'd gone to one in Newcastle and I came runner up, and I was like, listen, that's amazing. I've gone from like local fitness winner to like being nominated in the fitness industry and getting my name out there and coming runner up. I'm like, happy times. I'm good for that. And then the IFS with Christmas Promotions actually in Blackpool, which is where I live. And I remember just like walking past at the weekends and not going to them, and not knowing really what it was about. And seeing local instructors who knew who I was, and were like, and why are you not in there, Mr. Barry Zumba, that you've won? And I was like, because it's the weekend. Like, but the following year I went, and I was like, oh yes, this is, and it was doing all like the musical theatre classes and like not branded classes, but like your aerobics or things that I wouldn't normally do. And so I got into going to the fitness industry, and then in 2000, and I loved it, and I obviously then went carried on doing my classes and stuff, and just getting inspired by all these amazing like Joe Ali, Dominique, like Lydia, all these amazing people that was like Donna Giffin that did my Zumba training, and just looking at them all thinking, wow, like that's a talent, isn't it? That's like you're in a room of people that don't know you, but you're giving your energy to all these people, and it's like, yeah, amazing. And then I went to another fitness convention and I danced behind, did a class with Zoe McNulty. Um, and I danced behind her, and it gets videoed, and it goes on social media, and it just, everyone's like, oh, amazing choreography, and then I just got a message saying, listen, somebody's seen you on this video and they want to know who you are, and they're doing this presenter search award, and would you apply for it? And I was like, oh, I wanted to, but I was like, oh, well, it's not, I don't know. You need to do it. So, but I'd actually cracked my rib that weekend.
Oh
And
my gosh.
yeah, I cracked my rib, and
How
they
did you?
wanted me to submit a video of me teaching. And I was like, I don't really teach, like I instruct, like people follow me. And I didn't realize that I actually was presenting my own ladies, like, because you pre-cue in, you give them verbal cues, you give them your energy,
Mm.
and then they said you need to submit a video. If you win, you get this, and this. You get a slot at the IFS. We'll help you brand your own thing. And at the time, I was kind of looking at who was my most consistent ladies. It was my Zumba Gold, because they know how important fitness is. Um, Clubber size was really good in the dark, and I thought, well, maybe I should go before then. Maybe I should go like 60s, 70s, 80s, like Motown, aerobic-y, medleys. Because I remember when I was younger, like a song would come out and my mum would be like singing the song. And I'm like, how do you know this? She's like, oh, it's been out before. No, yeah, whatever. So I thought, yeah, well, I could probably do like go to 70s, 80s, and so I, I made something up and I videoed it for my Zumba Gold ladies, submitted it, got through the finals, and then it was luckily for me, it was in Blackpool at Ribby Hall, and it was, do you know, when we go to like fit camps or Project Mayhem and you do your Friday, it was like the last class on the Friday evening, so they wanted the participants to stick around and do this 5 minutes of everybody kind of thing. And it was the first time that I got there, and I actually had a microphone phobia, believe it or not. And you had to have a head mic on and introduce yourself and have 5 minutes to do what you could do. And I was like, wow. And luckily for me, I didn't win. And I was glad, because it may have took me down the wrong road of doing something that my heart wasn't in.
Mm.
So I didn't win. That was in the November, but like I say, it was really good to go and network with these other instructors. Got to see what the brands were. Got to do all this, and all this lot. And I was like, brilliant. Like, I've got my nerves over with. I'm not bothered about the microphone anymore. If people don't like me, they don't like me. And they said that you could come and watch these other, like the presenters of the day. And I thought, I can't do that because I'm unique and I don't want to judge or compare myself to all these other people. So anyway, I didn't win. That was in November, and I got a message off Lydia saying, "I know you didn't win, but we really, really like you, and we want you to still come and get involved. Will you come and do fit camps at Bognor Regis?" And I was like, "Yes, I will." And since then, I knew that I wanted to do musical theatre, because that's what I trained in. I knew that there was a niche in the market. I knew that a lot of my old dancing friends who trained religiously from like missing parties and family commitments to go dancing, to do all the exams, to go and get through college, to then be in the industry where you have to audition, that you could be the best at college but may not be when you go in the industry because you're mixing with hundreds of thousands of people.
Mm.
And I just kind of thought, I want something for the ladies to come back and be connected with like-minded people who didn't take life too serious, that just can dance, like no matter what size you are or whatever. So I was like, Panache. Panache means flamboyant, like razzle dazzle. Let's go back to stage and screen and stuff. So I said to Lydia, and it was bizarre because I already had a list of choreography that I'd done in my Zumba classes. So I would always do like a Latin warm up, and then the second warm up would be like and so, and I put them all together and I was like, actually had all the material to do this. I was like, right, Panache Dance Fitness, a showbiz style dance fitness workout using music from stage and screen. Everything relates to stage and screen. So you will be the dance captain instead of the instructor. The class will be your rehearsal. Your playlist is your repertoire. Your participants are your cast members. Your website is your agency. Like the manual is the script. It's literally everything relates to stage and screen.
I love
So
that.
I
Yeah.
put a playlist together and then said to Lydia, this is what I can do. She says, will you also do a chair dance? I was like, I can do, like I can choreograph something, but it's not like a seated chair, or and it's not going to be like a burlesque style feather boa, but I will do a chair dance to a song from stage and screen, like I will incorporate the chair. She was like, yeah, that's fine. So there I am, still doing my Barry Kinder fitness, excited that I've going to like do my brand, not knowing if it was going to work or not. Went down to Bognor, absolutely loved it, and I had amazing feedback from my rehearsal, which is your class, and then your workshop is where I would teach a dance, like a dance class. So I did a chair dance, and it was the room was packed, and it was the feedback was amazing, and they were like, "That was awesome," and it was like fully packed out to the brim with these ladies wanted to feel sexy and learn to dance, and so then now I've made a rod for my own back that every time I do something for Lydia, she's always like, "You need to do a chair dance." I was like, "Right, well, I will do a chair dance, but it's chair sass by Panache. It's not going to be like a concept.
Yeah.
Like it's, I'm not going to do it." So yeah, so that was 2000, beginning 2020, and then I went to um, EMD, spoke to a couple of people, and said I really want to do my own brand. How do I go about it? So I did my ETM, I did my assessor's course, I wrote the manual and scripts, I got it all endorsed, got it all trademarked, and slowly but surely like I say, I had all these dances and then now I've got 138 dances.
Whoa.
Yeah, so I've got
Wow.
138 dances that's choreographed from stage and screen. Um, I still am doing, but it's weird because as Zumba was dying down and Clubber Size came in to the BK timetable, they was dipping, and it wasn't the fact that my energy was just in Panache because it's equal. Like I never wanted to take my foot off the accelerate for Barry Kinder Fitness because that's my bread and butter. My Panache is my pension and my dream.
Yeah.
Um, so I'm trying to juggle it all, like teach my classes, find music, choreography and stuff. Um, so yeah, so then Clubber Size and Zumba died down, and I said, right, I'm going to do Panache, and I had so many people prefer that over my other brands, and it pulled in new clients that used to dance when they were younger, or they've tried Zumba or Clubber Size and it wasn't for them, so they're like, oh, we'll give this Panache a go. So now, yeah, so now I'm doing more Panache than the other brands, but still pulling new people in, so it's amazing. So that was 2020. Got it endorsed, got it trademarked, got in with um, Fit Jam as a event, got in with
Yeah.
Fit Fest in Warrington, got in with the IFS, then I did another one down south in Stevenage at the one event. So really lucky the fact that I've managed to get the brand out and, and showcase it. It's just, I think it's just a real difficult time of year or period for the fitness industry for to sell a brand to current instructors, which is it is what it is. Like I'm still teaching and working. I'm still going to the showcases. I'm still getting interest in for people to take the training, but it's all virtual because obviously with when COVID happened and there was a lot of instructors that either had to carry on paying for the hall or they weren't making money to live because of numbers, which was awful. Um, so a lot of people either stopped teaching, couldn't afford the monthly subscriptions, felt like they didn't need a brand to do their classes. Um,
Yeah, a lot of people went into more freestyle, didn't they then? Like
yeah,
Les Mills, for example, they told everyone you can't teach online. I know Zumba went on straight away and said, no, you can. And it was, everyone didn't really know what to do, did they? So the safe option was to actually, okay, I'm just going to freestyle. So
Yeah.
do you feel like things are starting to pick up now though for brands and for yourself at Panache now we're kind of well, we're sort of out of that time now and things are starting to get to a like a new normal really.
I'd like to think so. So, um, I think sometimes it can be really difficult. Like, do people buy into a brand like as a class participant? So, I'd say to my ladies, "Oh, why did you come into class? Oh, I heard about you." Or, do you know what I mean? A lot of it's from word of mouth, isn't it? Kind
Mm.
of thing. So, I think when Zumba was out, it was massive. Clubber size is massive because it was different. Everything was different. And I think I know when I used to go to the fitness conventions originally, I was going for me. Like I wasn't going to test the brands out. Like I was already teaching brands and my classes were busy. I wanted to go to these fitness conventions for my own sanity. Like I wanted to do the free jazz classes or the, like I wasn't very good at step. I want to try step. I want to, but I think you can only do so much. Like I don't want to be jack of all trades, master of none, and I'm not saying that I am a master of anything. I will just say that I'm 100% genuine. I care about everyone that comes to the class. I genuinely give everyone a cuddle. Um, it used to bother me. I used to worry what people thought of me, and now I just kind of think life's too short. Like if they don't like you, they're not going to come to class. Um, but I think that so like now I'm going to fitness convention in a few months and I've got 60 people coming. To them, that's the community that I've built that come to me that want to go and experience a fitness convention and go away for the weekend with the girly mates and have a really good time. Which then the backhand of that proves to me that not everybody at the fitness convention are there to try another brand out to buy into it. So although we may go and showcase it and get the brand awareness out there, it doesn't necessarily mean that people are going to buy into it. That's it. So I think my brand has been slower than what I thought. I'm not disheartened by any means at all because I'm happy that I'm passionate about what I give people back. So, yeah, I've not got 100 instructors at the minute, but I'm happy for the people who are doing it, and I'm happy that. So I went to South people who are, right. So people who are connected back into the fitness industry. So, do you need to be an amazing dancer to teach panache? I think you definitely need to be able to dance in time, and you've got to have a great personality, not take yourself too serious, but again, be that role model for when the cast members are coming in. So I'm showcasing my dance brand at a fitness convention. Am I scaring fitness instructors off because it is dance, like, and they think it's technical? But like I say, there's 138 dances on there that you can pick and choose from. I'm not telling you that you have to do them dances every single month. So um, I just find it's hard. It's harder to get people to buy into it. Um, and I'm hoping, like again, it's not my only job, so I'm not. I know you need to make a 3 year life plan or a 5 year life plan and stuff. And I think with COVID and people coming out of it, that the, the need or the demand of live training, like, okay, I'm going to have 3 training days, one in Scotland, one in London, one in Wales, and one in Liverpool. I'm going to have 4 pro trainers. I'm going to get 25 people in each one. And it doesn't happen. So that's why,
No.
to keep the cost down, I'm saying I'll do a virtual training. Yes, do I pick a date and create that sense of urgency and say, right, this is my training day? People are busy, people haven't got the time. So
Mm.
then you say, right, okay, I'm going to do a one on one training. If you're already an instructor, you've kind of done the main body of your training. So
Yeah.
either you've got your level 2 ETM, or if you're already teaching, you would know the things that I'm looking for. The only thing that will be different from that brand to my brand will be either the music choice or different choreography. So I haven't said it's a Latin, I've said it's a showbiz style dance fitness workout. But depending on what your repertoire is and what music you're playing would determine on what dances you're teaching your cast members. So on my training, I will give you 8 dances to start you. I remember when my very, very first, I'm like, I'm going to charge £250 for the training because I was looking at other brands and how much they were charging. And I said, I'm going to charge £250 and I'm going to give you a full 1 hour's like playlist and and all this lot. And my 1 hour my 1 hour rehearsal, I could do maybe 16, 17, 18 dances. I'm like, why would you want to give somebody that much choreography to have the mind completely like, I can't do this. So then I kind of was like, you'd be doing a 45 to 50 minute work class. Here's 8 dances. So you like with a different mixture of like different styles of dance. So like I said, we might do What's New Buenos Aires, which is a samba, or we might do Tightrope, which is a waltz, or we might do a rock and roll to Hey Jude. Like there's so many amazing musicals that I'm not limiting you to what style you can do.
Yeah.
So and also like I'm not saying if you want to teach women over 60, you have to do this course first than this, because a lot of people like I will train you how to break things down. I will train you. I'll give you my knowledge. Like you don't have to go in there all guns blazing and be the best dancer ever and press play and go watch me, because it's not your show. You're there to instruct and help people and pick people up. So Tracy might be an ex-dancer, 14, it was amazing, but Sharon might be 60-year-old who's got a bit of a limp. Like that rehearsal is for everybody. So I would teach and train my dance captains how to break it down. And then maybe my day classes are a lower impact class, but I'm not charging you another subscription or another training because I'm going to teach you what I know. I'm going to say to you, let's bring it down. Rather than doing a fast grapevine, we'll just do a step to get or an open 10 step, we'll just do a grapevine. Or instead of doing a pivot turn, we'll just do a mambo. Like there's always things that you can do to still be within time and be dancing and feel like part of the group.
Definitely. And I would say, from an instructor's perspective, from trying Panache at FitsUp, I think that your brand is it's this real wonderful blend of fitness and dance, because yes, there are some technical elements to it, but it's not too complicated. And you know that once you learn a routine and you've done it a few times, you know it by the back of your hand. But there's something about yours, Barry, that if you do have a dance background, like I used to dance when I was younger, that you connect with it straight away. And it's not
Absolutely.
like Zumba and it's not like clubber size at all. It just connects with a slightly different kind of person, but also with everybody, because once you get to know the routine, you'll be away. And like you say, you just
Absolutely.
modify it. But I think there's so much future for Panache. And I think that this time is actually really exciting now that we've
Yeah,
got this new normal, and all of a sudden smaller brands or upcoming brands are starting to get that recognition that they really, really deserve. And I
absolutely.
really do think that yours stands out. And I do have to say, I had a great time. Absolutely loved it. And I think sometimes when you first learn a routine, and this is for my ladies as well, and this is when I'm teaching any dance fitness that I do. For example, last week we did line dancing, and even me, we did footloosers really fast. It was like, do you know what? If we go wrong, it's totally fine. Laugh, and this is what I want you to do instead.
Absolutely.
And just
Yeah,
do a
yeah.
crazy little move and just let everyone enjoy the moment and not take themselves seriously, just like you said.
Absolutely. Yeah.
100%.
Yeah,
What I find so
100%.
interesting about your journey, though, is you said at the very beginning of this podcast that you were spotted in a nightclub. So
Yeah.
this is all spun from
It,
that
it,
one night in the
it's
nightclub.
so even before then, so no one in my family, cousins, aunties, brothers, no one in my family has ever danced at all. And when I was younger, my teacher said to my mum, he's going to be a dancer this summer. But I actually think it's probably because I've never been diagnosed, but I've obviously got ADHD or some kind of like, which back in the 80s, nothing was ever like looked at. Um, but my teacher said he's going to be a dancer, he's going to be an entertainer. Mum did nothing about it. She never sent me to any dance lessons. It was just nothing done. So then I'm not academic. Um, I can't retain, like I couldn't read a book and then ask me a question in 5 minutes. Like I was just wasn't me. Um, went to college to do my GCSEs weren't very good, so I had to do resits and a GMVQ level two business. I was living with my uncle, and then who was a lecturer, so I did a year there, and then I got into doing advanced level three business GMVQ, and then I passed my resits and I got into university. So I actually went to university to do business and marketing.
Oh.
No, I had no career aspirations. I didn't know what I wanted to do or anything. Um, and I was dancing in Mr. Smith's in Warrington with my college friends. And Mr. Smith's is where Hitman and Her used to be filmed. And
Right.
Clive Wiggy, the guy, the colour guy with the blonde wig that was like the main headliner, he'd seen me dancing with my friends, came over and was like, "You're a really good dancer. Do you want to join our dance troupe?" And I was like, "Yeah, go on there." Then. So literally, while I was doing my A levels, I'd go on a Tuesday night, and it was before the nightclub opened, but the music was still playing really loud. And so it wasn't like a dance class where they were teaching you the steps and going through the technique and making it clean and everything. You were
Mm.
literally following by sight, and it was just so good. And a lot of the other people who I was dancing with in the troupe were actually trained dancers going to stage school or going to like Northern Ballet, or like they were training to be dancers because that's what they wanted to do because they've always danced as they were kids. And there I was feeling like a fraudster because I was just picking it up like quicker than them and stuff. So we did that, and then they used to do like road shows. So we'd go on a Tuesday night to learn these routines, and then at the weekends they'd be like, right, we want four guys and four girls to go and dance in a podium in Wigan or Preston or Blackpool. So I was like, yeah, I'll do it. So it was just really good because then you're freestyling on a podium, and it was like, I'm getting paid for this. I'm not drinking. I'm going out. So that was all through from when I was 18,
Yeah.
so like 38, 28 years ago. Um, working all like weekends in clubs, and then doing road shows and things like that. And then I said to my uncle, I want to be a dancer. He's like, don't be, like, you're not going to get a career in this. It's no, no. So you're going to go to university. You've got in at uni. You're going to do business and marketing. And I did my first year at uni, and I was just like doodling on my pads and instead of taking notes. And I walked
Mm.
away thinking I haven't even got a clue. Did my first year, scraped to pass, got a dance summer job in Blackpool, which is bizarre because that's where I am now. So
Mhm.
I went from Warrington, uni in Bolton, came to do a summer season in Blackpool, and there was four of us, and the other three was like, "Oh yeah, it's not for me." And I was like, like I don't want to go back to Warrington, and I've got nowhere to go. I'm just gonna stay here and work in a bar and dance on the bar, dance on in the cage and all this lot. And I said to my uncle, I don't want to go back to uni. Like, it's definitely not for me. I just want to dance behind Janet Jackson and be on MTV and all this lot. No, no, no. So he said to me, we'll go back to uni in the second year, do 1,500 words a week towards your assignments, and I'll pay you £30. And I was like, you're actually bribing me here, but go on,
Oh,
mate. Yeah,
yeah.
I'll do it. So that's what I did. So literally, I was doing all my assignments to get paid. I was paying him. He's like, we'll talk about it afterwards. What I should have done really is um, I should have taken dance classes while I was at university. Do you know what I mean? And while I was there, I was teaching disprivileged kids street dancing at this church hall, £4 for 2 hours. Like, so I'd already got a little bit of a business going on here, and I was working at weekends. I did my degree, and then after my degree, um, I said to my uncle, I don't want to get a normal job. It's nothing. Um, and one of the dance schools where I was teaching street dancing, a woman called Daryl said to me, will you be Tarzan in a show for me at Blackpool? And I was like, what are you talking about? I'm here teaching street dancing to these kids. Well, we do this show every year at the Winter Gardens, and we need an older male. Will you be Tarzan? I'm like, yeah, right then. Like, so there I am, like running around at the Winter Gardens where the IFS is. Like, it just feels like it's all meant to be. It's all connected.
Yeah.
I'd gone from Warrington dancing in nightclubs to Bolton Uni to a friend saying to me, "Will you go and apply for a job as a dance teacher?" Going, they said to me, "Will you come to this?" Like, you know when they do like ballroom and Latin, and they're going to have this. The parents go and get all the medals, and I said, "Yeah, yeah." He said, "Come and dance for them and show them what you're going to teach." And I literally put on "Together Again" from Janet Jackson, and I literally put the CD on, danced to "Together Again," freestyled the whole lot, and all these kids are like, "That's what I want to do. I want to go to his classes." So I started teaching there. That's when I met Daryl. Daryl um, got me an audition for Leeds Northern Contemporary, which is where one of my friends from the dance troupe from Mr. Smith's went. And I was like, "I'm not really a contemporary dancer." Like, so I went to Leeds, went for this audition with a number on and telling you to dance. And then they said, "Oh, we really want to give you a place, but because you've got no formal dance training, you're going to have to do a HND, which is like a 2-year foundation degree course, and then a degree." And the word degree just put me off because I was like, no, like,
Was it
but
your past experience with
yeah,
having to go to university and everything?
yeah, I was like, yeah, not for me. And then Daryl got me an audition at Phil Winston's, and it was so funny because, again, no formal dance training, just street dance, jazz, hip hop kind of thing. And I get to train to Blackpool. I've got blonde sweeping hair. I've got my gingham check shirt and my linen trousers and my flip flops and stuff. And I've rocked up to this audition, not knowing that the people in the room, half of them were second and third years, and the other half of people were auditioning to get in. Because I've never come from this background. I don't know what to expect. Like, and I've rocked up. I've done my like warm up, thinking, "Oh bloody hell, these are really good, aren't they? Like, they were amazing, like amazing." So we've done the warm up, and then they're like, "Right, go and get your ballet stuff on." I'm like, "Please, sir, like I haven't done ballet." I was like, just going along with it. They're like, "Go and put your tap shoes on." What? I've not even done tap.
Oh
So,
my gosh, you had to just do
yeah,
tap and you've never
yeah,
done it.
yeah. So I've never done tap.
Wow.
Never done tap. So I've gone in going, "Mr. Winston, I'm really sorry. I don't do tap, but I can go and put my flip flops on." He was like, just watch us." Like,
Put my flip flops on.
and then our audition song, you were supposed to give them a tape with like 90 minutes of music. And I did "Mary Mary Shackles" as my audition dance. And I knew the first 4 bars of 8, and the rest I absolutely just freestyled because I was so naive and stupid that I didn't know that if this is a career that you want to be doing, you need to be organised, you need to plan to succeed, you need to like. And I literally was. I went to the back of the room. It was like an audition in Fame. Four teachers, principals, like on the table, and you're dancing in front of them. And I'm like, "Just whack it up, just put it up." I did 4 bars of 8. I even know what the 4 bars of 8 are, even to this day. And I got in, and I had the interview, and this guy says, you've just got it. There's something about you. You're natural. Like, I know you've not done any tap or ballet. You do realise that you're going to be dancing with people who have." And I'm like, "Yeah, okay." So this is me now, 19, 20, 23, maybe. So
Do you feel
school.
like this was an advantage in some way though, Barry? You know, because you didn't have any preconceptions. So you went in and you just did your thing and you were fully you without being, you know, like a cookie cutter
Yeah,
dancer. Like you just went in and you were you.
yeah. I think so. I'm very humble and don't take anything for granted. The fact that I got told, my mum was told when I was like 5 or 6, he's going to be a dancer. Nothing. Ignored that warning. Clive from Hitman and Her giving me the opportunity to go and dance and do road shows and dance in nightclubs and love it. Daryl for helping me finish my degree and go, "Right, I've got you into Phil Winston's." Phil Winston for training me and having faith with me. So although I was dancing with 16, 17 year olds who'd done like the grades, like every grade, and then gone to their college, I've just gone into this college and gone, "Put me in grade 4 tap, put me in grade 4 ballet, show me, tell me what the terminology is," and and I picked it up, um, finished a little bit early, and got auditioned for Disney Cruises. So I auditioned for Disney Cruises, went to London, and got pulled out from Paris, and Paris was like, we really want to offer you an open-ended contract in Paris, and I knew somebody who'd done it. I'm like, yeah, take me to Paris. So the little dance school, the little street dancing business that I was teaching, like I gave that to somebody. I was like, right, I'm going, I've done my degree, and I went to Paris, and it was in the March, and I got there, walked into my room, and I was like, I'm sharing a room with somebody. Like, I don't even know who this person is. I've then gone to rehearsals, and they're like, yeah, you're whatever your height is, you're going to play Tigger, Foul Fellow, and something. I'm like, I've come to be a dancer. Oh, no, no, you have to do character first. And I was like, so they were teaching you how to sign Tigger in French. So where Tigger's nose is where you can see through. Do you know
Yeah.
what I mean? So
Yeah.
you're going to get all your this big massive Tigger's tail. It was like on a metal plate that goes on your back. So you put that on first, and then you put your legs in and your head, and you've got to learn how to sign Tigru. And I was just thinking,
Tigru. Oh, yeah, the French version.
French
Yeah.
and Beastie, and I was just thinking, what am I doing? I've just done like university. I had to do an extra year at college because I wasn't academic. So that was 3 years. I've just done a degree for 3 years, and I just really want to dance. And now walking around Disney Park in a Tigger outfit with kids swinging off my tail, this is
Oh,
just not for me. I lasted six
yeah.
weeks and left, came back, auditioned and got a cruise. So I worked on a cruise round the Med, which was amazing. Ended up working with a girl from college, two girls from college, which was bizarre because obviously they've trained all their life, and now I'm there going, "Hi, doing the same contract as you." Did that. Loved the shows. You you do like 7 weeks rehearsals in London, and you have to learn seven shows and retain all the shows, and then you go on a ship, and you might not do that show for 3 weeks, and then you've got to quickly remember like all your costume changes, all your props, where you're putting things. So I did that around the Med, and although it was really good, it wasn't the best contract. It was very good as an eye opener, very good at giving me um, life experiences and um, pas de deux and lifts and looking after myself and being disciplined and things like that. So I did that cruise, came back, and I met two girls who had done Spirit of the Dance, and I was like, I love to do Irish dancing, like I just love it. Why don't you audition? So me and my friend went to audition for Spirit of the Dance in London, and we got through the auditions. So then they're like, right, okay, you're gonna start rehearsals on Monday. You got to be at Dance Attic, and you're gonna do 7 weeks intensive training. And I'm like, bring it on, like. Yeah, do you know what I mean? And the money was much better than the cruise. There was no duties, there was no curfew, there was no embarkation, there was no like. It was literally like, I am hungry for this. I want to be an Irish dancer. Bear in mind, I've already said I'm not a tap dancer.
Yeah.
I mean, like, but they weren't looking for tap dancers. They were looking for people who can tap, but not because they're two very different. Like taps down and Irish is high. And
Yeah.
the Spirit of the Dance show was, I would say, probably like 40% Irish. But then if you actually watch the show, you've still got your tango and your Latin and your salsa and your can and your lift. So it's like, so we went to London, and I remember the rehearsals, they were only paying you £150 a week to rehearse and live in London. And it was, you were like, how is this part like, how is it possible? Like so you and your friend have to share a room, you have to do rehearsal. So I did all the rehearsals, and it turned out that every Friday the company director would come in. And again, I was very naive because I thought when they were teaching you Irish, they were just going to teach you the basic steps, but they were actually teaching you the route, the show.
Right.
And every Friday, the producer will come in and he'll see what you've done that week, and he'll eliminate you. You know, you've had your hair cut too short, go, or
Oh my
no, you've
gosh.
not picked up, no go. So I got through the whole 7 weeks of the training of learning the show, and then at the very end, they said, right, these are the contracts we've got. Where do you want to go? I went, give me the longest one. Get me out of England. Give me the longest one. That was it. But again, naive. I didn't realise that whether you went to Vegas and did 45-minute shows or whether you went to Branson, Missouri to do 12 2-hour shows, you got the same money because it was a flat rate. So I said, just get me the furthest out. So I went to Branson, Missouri, and with my good friend Brian that I met on the ship, we flew over to America. Flights were paid for, condos were paid for, um, everything was paid for, and you were getting $2 to the pound. I was like, yeah, I like this.
One
Like,
of those days.
yeah.
Goodness.
And while I was there, um, we joined because the company was that big. They train you up and then fill contracts. So this is why they had like Vegas, Reno, Myrtle Beach, Branson, and I said the longest one. So I went, but you're still not secure. Like if you go out there and start messing around, they're just going to sack you. They'll just replace you. You just an answer. So I
That's
did
the thing about that
years.
industry, isn't it? It's just
Yeah,
brutal industry.
absolutely,
And
absolutely. I,
I guess at least with fitness and like with your business, like Barry Kingdom Fitness, it's you and you've now got that security as opposed to it's with it being in someone else's hands when you're in the industry.
Yeah, absolutely. But that, everything was like a learning curve. Like I say to people now, go and enjoy it. One of my friends who came back, who I think is far too early, and I know some people want to a home birth. People want to stay at home and everything. But I think at the time, I was like a free spirit. Like I felt like remember the littlest hobo, the dog that and Lassie, and he'd go and do. I felt like that was me. Like I didn't really have a place to not call home. That's wrong, but a place where I felt like I needed to be. Do you know what
Yeah.
I mean? So like I'll go and do like I said, give me the longest contract, and I'll go and make friends, and I'll enjoy it all, and I'll appreciate everything. And then we I'd gone out with Spirit of the Dance, and while I was out there, I had to learn Spirit of Broadway, which was amazing. And then Spirit of Christmas, so like during that 10 months a year, you're doing three different shows, and then you'd have 2 weeks off in August. So I was doing 12 2-hour shows a week, and it was just the people that I met were amazing. Um, the lifestyle I made my own. Like I wasn't being bullied at school because I'm now in a job that everyone's exactly the same. I didn't like talking on the microphone because I was bullied at school because I sounded like a girl. And it's like, right, okay, well, in fact, everything was always, always sorted out. So I did Spirit for years, and then the 12 Irish tenors were there, so I was a swing for them. Um, and from there, we had a break over Christmas, and they were like, "Do you want to come back next year?" And I was like, "Hit 30," and I was like, I'm not going to come back. And I think everyone was shocked because like, why would you not want to come back? I said, I want to try another cruise ship before I get too old. And my first experience was good, but not what I'm hearing what everyone else is saying because the money wasn't brilliant. I had so many shows, I had duties, I had embarkation, I had curfews, I had uniforms. I went, I'm just going to do one more because you can all like once you're with Spirit, I've only said no to this particular contract. It doesn't mean I'm not going to work for them again. So I came back at 30, auditioned for a cruise, and I got it. I got company manager, cruise ship, dancing with 18-year-olds, and I was like, all right, no duties, no embarkation, no uniform, no, no, less shows around the Greek islands, more money, and I was like, yeah, like this is
You
what it's
get used
about.
to
Like,
that.
yeah, and so I did 6 months around the Greek islands, and they asked me if I'd stay on and do the Caribbean. And my friend's dad passed away, and I need to come back. So I came back and used my degree, um, doing telesales for a company selling gas and electricity. And he knew that it wasn't completely out of my system. Like I wasn't just ready to stop dancing, and I never will be. So
Yeah.
although I did work doing sales, I went back to America and did Atlantic City for a little contract. I got Panto in Rotherham in 2008 without even auditioning.
Great.
I carried it, and then I've done like other little gigs
Yeah.
with with, with Spirit, and then I think 2009 I went to go and work for selling websites. they went into administration. They said I could move or to take a payout garden leave, and I was like, give it me. And I knew I didn't want to be in Blackpool working in a hotel or in hospitality. And then that's when I started Zumba. Tried Zumba, took off, it went crazy. And then it's just developed and then just
Snowballed from that moment.
yes, just
Wow,
snowballed.
it's so interesting. It's so interesting to hear your background. And I feel like everything did point towards being a dancer and point towards performing and pointing towards sharing your passion for moving and just actually enjoying life. You've got
Yeah,
this lovely way, Barry, of just, I don't know how to describe it, but just making the most of everything, like being grateful for
absolutely.
every opportunity, being so appreciative of it, and just going and enjoying it. I think
Yeah,
sometimes, and even from from the fitness industry as well, and from anyone who is in performing arts, we can take ourselves far too seriously.
absolutely.
And I think sometimes we're the kind of people who want to do things really well. Like you do, you just want to do really well for your clients. You want to do really well for the other cast members on the stage. You want to do really, really well. But you're doing that, but with this spin of just go and enjoy it because that's what's actually important.
Yeah, absolutely. So it was like when COVID happened, and I thought that's it for Barrack Fitness. It's well, and that was on the Tuesday morning, and by Tuesday 6 o'clock, I was in my back room where I am now, doing classes and
Yeah.
contacting Steph from Broadway Boogie or Katie or messaging people saying how and we all came together. It wasn't a competition. We all came together because it was all what we needed to do.
Mm.
Um, After COVID came out a little bit, Spirit of the Dance messaged me saying, "Will you come back and do a Spanish tour?" I was like, I'm like 42, 43, and I'm like, no, but, and this girl's like, I've been on one of your Panache classes online. I know you've still got the energy. You can come
Oh,
back. So I did say yes. I wasn't even bothered about the money. I've still got my Irish shoes upstairs. I've got all my dancing boots. They're all in the attic. I know the routines. It was like two new dances on. That she was like, "You won't be in them, or I'll teach them you." Or, and then 2 weeks ago, I was in a Steps tribute back on stage at 46, and I'm
well,
like,
hey,
"Yeah, do you know what I mean? Like, tech seize every opportunity that's absolutely possible. If somebody
definitely.
wants you to do something, and you've still got it, do it.
Just
Absolutely,
go for it.
yeah,
Definitely.
absolutely."
So what would you say, what's the direction that you want to go in now with Barry Kinder Fitness and with Panache, or just in general? Where do
In
you see the
general,
future?
um, I know that we need to have a plan. Um, I'm very lucky, touch wood, that my body is okay. I did have shin splints back in the day, and I go for a massage like maybe every 6 weeks. But you never know what's around the corner, so I'm lucky to have a team behind me now at Barry Kinder Fitness. So when I go on holiday, I can still offer classes. So like Layla, Michelle, Audra, Kelly, Emma. So I'm always there, front face. But if I'm injured or I need to take time out or anything, the class are already covered. I like it just to continue like forever. It's April 2011 is when I started. Panache 2020. I've
Yeah.
got dance captains, and I love that. I love to help give people, and it is like a free business. Like people have bought into the training, but Beto never turned around to me and said, "Barry, how much have you made in your Zumba class this week?" Or, do you know what I mean? I think with the right support, it's good. So I think if anybody's interested in the fitness industry, there was somebody on a group chat the other day, and I was like, "Do I send her a message saying why don't you try this or whatever?" And I was like, why work for somebody else on an hourly rate when you can work for yourself? It is, don't get me wrong, it's not always easy and it may take a while to build up. But if you can work for yourself, I think you're more determined to make a success of it than working for somebody else and giving them your ideas and passion.
Totally, totally. And that's what you do with your brand though, Panache. You're giving other instructors, and with what we do with Yogascape, we're giving other instructors the opportunity to go make a living for themselves and to, get out there in the community and
Yeah,
teach.
absolutely.
Yeah, no, it's so important. Oh, well, what's one piece of advice, one parting piece of advice you would have for fitness instructors?
For a fitness, believe in yourself, be silly, don't take yourself too serious, and don't give everybody too much of your time. I've noticed that it is hard if there's booking systems. Find an easier way of doing it. Like I'm old school, but it's I think being old school has kept my business going longest. Like I've known every single person that's come through the door. I've got nearly 3,000 people on my Facebook. I could probably tell you something about everybody in class. Do you know what I mean? In a nice way. But if it's your second job or whatnot, if you can use a booking system, use a booking system. Don't and always know your own worth. No, stash the cash. This
Mhm.
is one thing my uncle always says, and I remember thinking, oh, whatever. Stash the cash. Always know your don't be bitter, be better, and always know your own worth. Don't sell yourself too cheap at all.
Those. I really like that as well. Don't be bitter, be better. I've never heard that before.
Yeah,
So true.
and if in doubt, pout it out. Yeah,
Okay, I'm gonna do that for the rest of the day.
yeah, just pout it out. If in doubt, yeah, they're like, yeah, you don't know what you're doing, do you? Like, no, I don't actually. No, but always give. Don't take yourself too seriously. If you think you can do something, unless it's really like it's draining you, it's emotionally, physically, and financially. Do you know what I mean? You can take a horse to water, but you can't make it drink it. Like I will help anybody do anything and give anybody advice and just help anybody. But there's no better help than self help. That's
100%.
another thing that my uncle Pete said that I'm like, I know I'm getting old because I'm repeating all his sayings.
There's so many golden pieces of
Yeah,
information
and
and
it's
advice there. I feel like I just need a pen and I need to write them all
yeah,
down.
yeah.
Barry said.
There's no better help than self help, which is true. Like you've
Yeah,
got to,
so true.
everything within moderation, and yeah, just be happy. Be happy.
Oh, well, thank you so much, Barry, for coming
No,
on the
I
podcast.
know
I
you only
really
wanted half
enjoyed
an hour.
it.
I am sorry.
No, you were absolutely brilliant. Thank you so much. And I think it's just been so interesting to hear your background. Everyone comes from such a different background coming into the fitness industry, and yours is so interesting. Yeah, I just think you're amazing. I feel very grateful to know you as well.
Oh, you too. You too.
Oh,
Absolutely amazing. Thank you for asking me to do it. It was really nice. Because
oh, you're so welcome,
you
Barry.
forget that people are interested in you. Like you go away and like you do your job every day and do stuff. And it's nice to be recognised. Like you didn't have to be a winner to be nominated. It's a recognition in the fitness industry that means more than winning. Like,
Yeah, of
do you know what
course.
I mean? It's
Yeah,
not just a popularity thing. It's you've been nominated, somebody's thought about you and gone, actually,
you are
they're not,
amazing.
yeah, they're not doing that for a financial gain. Yes, I'm doing it for a business and I could only do it, do you know what I mean, as a job. But if I won the lottery now, I would still teach.
Yeah.
Like, probably wouldn't do as many classes, but I would still teach because that gives me enjoyment. Like seeing somebody walk in and giving them a cuddle, or I was down a few weeks ago. I was going through, which I never am. Nothing ever gets to me. I'm always like, do you know what I mean? I'm not oblivious by it all, but when things just got on top of me and I was like, and everyone could see then there was something wrong, and I was like, no, no, it's fine. And dancing was my way of coping, really. Like, I know when my mum died, I was teaching because my mum never seen me dance either until she was in like a home, and I'd choreographed a wedding dance for my friend, and I showed my mum. I was like, "Oh, I've just choreographed this wedding dance," and she was all really emotional. I was like, "Yeah, that's what I do." Like when that woman told you about dancing, and my dad had never seen me dance, and we didn't speak for 30 years, and it was really bizarre because when we got talking again, he went, "I love Irish dancing," and I was like, "I can't believe you just said that." You could have come to America to see me. You could have been on the cruise ship to come and see me. I was like, this is my career. This is what I've made a living of. And then they were like really proud of you, which is amazing. Like,
Oh, and just to hear
um,
those words as well, bet that
yeah,
just meant everything in that moment.
yeah, absolutely. So,
Oh, well, Barry, thank you so much.
no worries. Thank you
You
for having
enjoy
me.
the rest of your day, whatever you've got
Yes,
today.
you too.
And if you enjoyed that episode, please like, subscribe and share us on your socials at Yogascape Official or at Lorna Marie Fitness Official. Thank you so much for listening, and I really hope this has been a source of inspiration for you.